right, here we go with the sheriff. The sheriff.
What's up, buddy? I can see your sign.
I don't need to explain anything, man. I just want to shop in the store that I've been shopping in for years. I'm legally able to shop in there, and they told me that I couldn't be in there without a face diaper. So I would like you, as sheriff who upholds the law for the people, to assist me in shopping in there.
Well, that's not how it works. Because of the epidemic, every business has a right to refuse, okay, anyone from entering the store due to the epidemic. So that's up to the business. Now, they cannot deny you service because of your color, your creed, your religion, okay, because those are constitutional rights.
And disability.
And disability, correct. Right. Do you have any disabilities that refrain you from doing anything?
Yes.
What?
I'm not required to disclose that to you under law.
Okay, well then you're gonna have to go somewhere else to shop.
How do you?
Because unless you can tell me that I can tell them, hey, Mr. Such and Such suffers from this and he cannot wear it, then you don't have a medical, you know what I mean, excuse why you cannot wear the facial cover.
That's not how the law, that is not the law.
Okay.
I have not only the law, the civil rights law, but the ordinance from Saint Lucie County.
Okay.
It says right here, mandatory requirements. A business or retail establishment means a location under which any business is conducted, goods are made, and stored or processed. Exceptions. A face covering shall not be required for the following persons for whom a face covering would cause impairment due to an existing health condition or disability.
Okay.
You're right. You're right. Number I. Persons for whom wearing facial covering is subject to a religious objection, which I also have. But it also says here, are there exceptions? No. Does the ordinance require me to disclose my specific condition?
Okay,
no. The ordinance prohibits business operators and their employees from asking for specifics or documentation if a customer or employee claims an exemption for health reasons.
Okay. Correct. And I asked you, do you have any health reasons? You said yes, but you're not disclosing what it is.
Right, because
basically
I'm not required
what's going to happen is this. You're going to go in there. They're going to get your TAW. Okay, I'm going to issue a trespass warning. Okay. Then, if you continue to stay there, you'll be arrested for that. So I don't understand, you know what I mean? I understand that you feel that nothing's wrong with you and you're great and you feel it's a hoax, and I get it. I get it. Okay? If I'm able to keep 6 feet distance between ourselves, then we're good. Okay, but you're going into an environment, okay, and during the epidemic, you have to say, hey, this is the reason why I can't work.
Okay, but by law,
you know what I mean?
by law, I do not have to do that, and by law, you are, as sheriffs,
I can't force anybody to do anything.
You uphold the law, don't you?
No, this is their establishment. This is their private property. Okay, if you violate the law according to the statute, not the ordinance, okay,
what
that
statute?
is different. Statute. If there's a Florida statute that they're breaking, we enforce that. We just don't enforce ordinance. We enforce Florida statute. So if they're refusing you to go in because you don't have a face covering, then you need to have something to say, hey.
So you're saying if I had a doctor's...
You had COPD.
If I had a doctor's...
Okay, if you have... Yes, if you had a doctor's order and you were able to provide it, then they have to serve.
So where is that in that statute or law that says...
It's not.
It's the ordinance.
This is the ordinance.
Yeah,
I'm looking right here. It says you do not have to... I do not have to disclose my medical condition.
Then you need to go somewhere else.
Did you tell him you had a medical condition?
Yes, I've told them many times when I've gone in there.
Well, I asked you, and you said you do, but you didn't. You weren't going to tell me what it is.
Right. No, I've told them I have a health condition. I haven't told them what it is, and I'm not required to tell them what it is.
No, you don't, because of HIPAA law.
Right, but it says if the ordinance prohibits business operators and employees for asking for specific specific documentation, and the exceptions are for people that have health
But
reasons.
he can turn you away.
Right.
He can turn me away?
It's
Yes.
his business.
But it's a place of public accommodation according to the civil rights.
But he owns it. It's his business.
But that's against the law. What if he said I can't
Well,
go
you
in?
can sue him for that.
What if he said I couldn't go in because I'm black?
That's something different.
Why is that
that's
different?
Civil
It's
rights.
black.
That's
no,
civil rights.
Exactly.
That's a
black.
civil right.
You just said the civil rights is
That's not a civil right. That's not a civil right. He's not violating your civil rights.
He is. I have a
He is-
disability.
He is.
He's
Sir,
keeping me from going
sir,
into a place of public
if
accommodation
you
because
said
of a disability
race, color, religion,
or disability.
or disability.
Right, we
Correct.
agree with
if
that.
If you were disabled.
Yes, I
You know
am
what mean?
disabled.
Okay. He doesn't have to serve you. You can go somewhere else and get
So if
served.
I'm black, he doesn't have to serve me?
Yes, because it's civil rights.
That's the same thing.
Civil
It's a
rights.
disability. It's covered under
That is not being black. Is not being disabled. That's
No,
not-
it's separate
that's-
things.
Right.
He has to let me shop there if I'm black.
No,
He has to let me shop there if
That's
I'm
a civil rights
disabled.
violation.
He has to let me shop there no matter what my age is.
Right.
These are all civil
Age,
rights.
Right. COVID has something totally different.
It's not different. though.
Yes, it is.
Where,
Yes, it
Where's the
is,
law that says it's
because
different?
It's not part of the civil rights. Look up the civil rights. It doesn't say I don't have to wear my face covering in the civil rights. We established that, right? Color, creed, religion. You know what I mean? We established that.
Right.
It doesn't say COVID mask, does it? The civil
it
your
says
civil rights.
he has to allow me to go into a public accommodation if I have a disability. And I'm saying I have a disability.
Okay, he's refusing you service. You can go somewhere else and serve. Be served.
So if I'm black and he says I can't come in, I have to go
That's
somewhere
not
else?
an issue.
Something different. How you doing?
What do you mean it's not an issue?
I'm only telling you things I put that match.
So I don't understand why it's different. You say you agree that civil rights law says that he can't refuse me if I'm black or if I'm a woman.
I don't get what's the big deal with just putting on the mask if he's asking for it.
Don't you see? Oh, just put on the mask to shop. Oh, just get your vaccine to go in there. Oh, you're not going to put on a mask? We're going to put you in a FEMA camp. Aren't you upholding rights and freedoms of every American?
I know, but it's his. This is his business. So if he,
It doesn't matter if it's
yes,
his
it
business.
does. Listen,
He-
if
but
he
you
has to
come
follow
into
the
my
law.
house,
No,
it's-
no, it's different.
That's
This
the
is
same
a
thing.
public
Listen,
accommodation.
If
It's
you,
his,
if
though.
this, if he wants to, if this keeps going south, he can trespass you, and then if you come here again, you can be taken to jail.
Oh, I know all about that. Yeah,
Okay,
I know the
so
law.
we don't want that, do we?
No, we don't know.
So
we don't
let's
want
just
that.
make this easy. Okay.
No, it doesn't have to be easy or hard. It just has to be.
Okay.
I'm just telling you that you're saying the civil rights law is in effect for every human, every American, right?
Yep.
And it says you can't discriminate based on race,
Uh-huh.
gender,
Uh-huh.
disability,
Uh-huh.
and religion.
Uh-huh.
I have a disability. He's discriminating
It's
against
his
me.
business.
It's a place of public accommodation
No,
as
it's his
per the
private
law.
business.
That's where you're not.
Yes.
That's where you're wrong. I got to say it. That's where you're wrong. And
Were you trespassing, Vero? Just so I know.
what?
Were you
He says
trespassing,
he
Vero?
knows a lot about trespassing, so.
Were you
Do you have your
trespassing?
ID?
Why am I under arrest?
No,
we're
you don't
asking
know.
for
Your
identification.
identity, we
Why do
know
you want
who
my
you are.
identification?
Because you called
Because
us out.
anyone we come in contact with, we must identify and run. That's what we do.
Anybody you come in contact, you
Yes,
have
sir.
to get their ID.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Really? That's part
Yes,
of your
sir.
part of the law.
Yes.
It is.
Huh?
Do you have your ID, sir?
I don't know.
Were you trespassed from this area?
No.
From this shopping center?
Were
No.
you trespassing, Vero?
I don't know why. Why do I have to answer any
Well,
of these
listen,
questions?
this is how it's gonna go. That's your vehicle? I'll run it.
Why am I under suspicion? I'm just trying to uphold my civil rights.
Listen,
I'm
it's
trying to
not
uphold my
suspicion.
lawful rights.
Excuse me, you called us here, right?
Yes.
We explained it to you.
Right.
You don't want to follow the rule, you can jump in your truck and shop somewhere else. That's all we told you to do.
Okay. So
And if you want to sue them, go right ahead.
that may be the future.
That's something that you can do in a civil court.
But-
and you could explain the whole situation to the magistrate. The
Right.
magistrate then will render a decision.
Right.
And if it's in your favor, then you'll get money.
I agree.
And you'll be able to come here without a face covering.
Yes.
If he says no and he upholds the law and says, listen, because of the public, because of the epidemic, you have to wear a face covering,
Right.
and he refrains you from coming to shop here, then that would be his prerogative also.
Right.
I asked you already if you have any health conditions that you aren't able, and you said you did. I asked what it is so I can go explain it to him. Hey, this guy's got
Whatever.
X, Y, Z. You know what I mean?
Whatever.
He can't have a face covering for whatever reason. Okay? Then that's your disability. You can go in there. I can't see any physical disabilities, but you don't have to see it.
Exactly.
Okay?
You don't
And
have
I
to see it.
understand that, but you got to prove that. And if you don't prove something, how do I know you have it? I can say that I'm disabled. You know what I mean? And I'm not. Okay? Because I'm playing the system. I don't know if that's what your agenda is, but I explained to you. The owner, which was him, the manager, explained to me you were trespass from Vero, okay, because of the same situation. I don't know you. I'm telling you what he told me, okay? And I explained it to you. You called the deputies because evidently you had a run-in with 4 peers that you didn't want them because this is their area.
No, the reason I called you is supposedly the police work for the government and you work for the people. That's what I've heard.
We
That's
work
what I've
all
heard.
for the same people.
That's
We work for the county.
well, from what I've heard, you guys
No.
are the ones to go
No.
to if you want
No.
human rights upheld.
No.
And that's all I'm asking is
Nope.
that you guys uphold the law, and the civil rights law is a law, and all I want it to be is upheld.
Once again, he's not violating your civil rights. Get your hands out of your pocket. Digging in your pocket too much, you're making me nervous. So I explained to you.
Uh-huh.
I asked you,
Yep.
and now you're gonna get in your truck and you can go. Or
What did he want to do? What did the manager want?
no, he just says that he's not gonna shop without a mask.
Well-
He wears a mask, he can shop.
Their policy is they don't allow anybody with masks, no matter what, which is
Without
against the
masks.
law, and
Without masks.
that's why I'm coming here trying to get the law upheld.
Okay, well, I'm explaining to you the situation, sir.
And are you saying you know the law perfectly?
That's what I'm saying. That's what he's saying. As a business owner, I explained that to you already. He doesn't have to render service to you unless you follow the rules. Unless you say, hey, I'm disabled and this is the reason why, then he can give you an exception.
Oh, is that what he
Besides
said?
Besides that,
Is that what he said? If I have a doctor's note or whatever proving my disability, I can go in there?
Yeah.
He said that.
Yeah, he said he asked you what was wrong with you and you didn't say anything.
He never-
said you didn't have to provide him
I don't have to provide
Okay.
it, but he never said that that was an
that. Okay,
option.
well, I'm telling you that's what he told me.
Okay, well then I'll talk to him about that. But again, this business is a place of public accommodation
Right.
according to the Civil
Sir,
Rights
if
Act.
you feel that your civil rights are violated,
Yes.
I just explained that whole thing.
Right, right,
You can sue them and
Right.
take them to court,
right.
okay? Because it's a civil issue. He's not providing you service at his establishment, and if you're able to provide documentation, which you're going to have to provide to the court,
Can I-
okay, then you can start a case.
Could I ask you this?
Yep.
If I went in there and I was black, and he said, "You're gonna have to go outside. We don't. I'm not gonna serve a black person."
I would explain the law to him.
You would explain it to
I
him,
would
and would
explain
you
it.
uphold the law on that case?
Listen,
Sir, I'm not
you-
going tit for tat for you. Now you're trying to.
No,
now you're trying
it's
to
the
box
same
me
thing.
in.
No.
I explained one situation to you, and I told you what could happen.
Uh-huh.
All right, and I explained it 2 or 3 different
Right,
times and styles.
Right,
and,
right, right.
And you're still being
Well,
not belligerent, but you're being disorderly in everything I say because you're saying no,
So-
not that, not this, not that.
so the only way to be not disorderly is to agree with what
I'm not
you
saying
say.
that. What I'm saying is, that's his choice. That's not my choice.
Okay. Okay. Well,
You know
that's
what
not.
I mean? That's not my choice. That's his choice. This is
It-
his establishment.
it's not his
I
choice, but
explained
I
to
agree.
you.
Okay, yeah.
I explained to you that you can.
Mr. Root,
Yes.
so what you can always get a doctor's note that says he
What?
cannot wear a mask,
We explained that.
but
to
it
you.
doesn't. He doesn't have to write you what your diagnosis is. Just say,
Right. Just that he can't wear a mask.
That's it.
That I can't. So he's saying that I could go in with it.
If he allows you to do it without.
Well, Officer Cuevas said that he would, so that's a whole different thing.
That's what he said.
He never let me say that
That's what
before.
he said.
Okay, well, I'll explore that option.
Okay.
And in the meantime, just know that the law says that this is a place of public accommodation that has to serve everybody equally.
Okay. All
So,
right.
thank you guys
You go to
for coming
court
out.
and fight that if you want.
Okay,
All right. Thank you.
great. Thanks, guys. And I know where I'm at just because I'm a true American patriot and I stand up for my civil rights. And if you don't do it, then it gets more and more stuff laid on you. So, thank you. Okay, well, I guess we did the best we could there. I needed Mike for more. Mike and John J. Singleton to explain more of the public accommodation because that seemed like that was a sticking point. And I'll have to have documentation next time. Maybe that'll help. All right. This is October 22nd, 5 o'clock p.m. at the Up at Fort Pierce. And we'll do it again.